right, so this video is gonna be really off the cuff. I really didn't have anything planned for today, but I really wanted to come and sit down and talk with you guys about the true cost of chasing your dreams, going after what it is that you want, being relentless, and being an entrepreneur. Just to give you guys a little bit of what is happening with me right now. For those of you guys who don't know, I am a content creator. Most of my focus has been in the past, reality TV, news and entertainment. I do stuff with Fox 5, I've done stuff with MSNBC, OWN. I was also on Bravo, but you can just watch some of my other videos and get the tea on some of that. And we'll talk more about that in future videos. But today's topic is really about what is going on right now. And I'm at this crazy weird space in my career and in my life where so much is in flux and in transition. And I thought it would be a refreshing time to just really kind of talk about, like I said earlier, the true cost of entrepreneurship, chasing your dreams, being a creative in general, and working for yourself. For me, just to give you guys some context, right now I'm in the process of moving. We just closed on a house last Friday to be precise. And so this week we decided that we would move this coming weekend. It's the middle of the week right now. It's actually Valentine's Day as I film this video. And yesterday was so hectic for me. I had a sponsorship that was due. So if you don't know, I do sponsorships on my other YouTube channel. You know, brands will pay me. I have a sponsorship agency that I work with. If you're interested in knowing more about that and how to sort of start working with an agency, I can do a video on that as well. But what happens is, you know, you get a sponsorship and they offer you a rate, and then you create the content based on the creative brief that they provide you. And that can sometimes take anywhere from an hour to 4 hours, depending on what the concept is and how complex I want to make it, right? And then you have to send it to them, and then they send it back if there are any changes that they need to be made. And, you know, once it's done and completed, you insert it in your video, and then usually about 30 days later, you get paid. Usually things run about net 30 or net 60. I haven't run into a lot of net 60s. I think 60 days is a very long time to wait to get paid, but it is what it is. You just kind of have to roll with the punches. And then this one was for a mobile game, which I love because it kind of relaxes me, but sometimes the requirement is that you play for a certain amount of time. So that can be a little bit, you know, that adds to the time that it takes. But I do understand it because they want you to become really familiar with the game. So there's that. So I really had to get that finished yesterday because I wanted to get that off my plate because the brand is wanting to go live relatively quickly. Then I had to finish edits for my book. For those of you guys who don't know, I have a book series called The Wickedest Wives. The first book is out on Amazon already. It's out on Audible. It came out last year. So I wrote the second book last year, and towards the end of the year, there was an editor that I really wanted to work with, and she literally ripped the book apart, which is fine for me because it helps me become a better writer. But you also have to kind of sit with the edits, at least I did, to really understand what you need to do to make the book better. And I really didn't want it to take a whole nother year for this book to come out, but so much happened last year that I just honestly had to take my time and get it done however I could. And so I did. And so I also just finished the edits today and sent them back to the editor. Hopefully now we're in the clear and I can get this bad boy up for pre-order on Amazon and all the other outlets. I really want to do something big with this one. So I'm thinking that we'll release it probably in late April or early May. And I want to do something big to celebrate the launch of the book as well. So we'll figure that out. But I can definitely tell you the second book is bigger, badder, better, deadlier. And it's longer. It's about 20,000 words longer than the first book. So I definitely put a lot of time, effort, and energy into it, especially with developing characters and story arcs and really trying to set this book up in a place where the third and final book really finishes it out. And I think I'm there. So there was that I had to finish this morning and get it back to the editor. And then I had to take some clothes over to the new house, which is technically about 30 to 40 minutes away. So did that. The cleaners were there today and they were cleaning, and you know, I had to kind of wait for them to finish so I could lock up and head back over here. It took me about an hour and a half in traffic to get back here. And then I did some work. And so now I'm sitting in front of you guys talking about it. Yesterday was probably the worst of it because not only do I have that due, but I'm in a screenwriting mentorship program where I'm learning to write for screen. So, you know, my goal is to create stories for movies and television shows and series, and really we have to present this coming weekend. But remember, I told you guys, I'm also moving this weekend. So I need to, I'm working with a partner on a new series project, and we have some deliverables that I need to meet by tomorrow. So that's what I'm going to be working on for the rest of the night. Now, mind you, it's Valentine's Day, okay? Because we've been knee deep in this move, right? And we have movers that are coming to pack up and move stuff. But I always think that even when you move, there are certain personal items that you probably want to take yourself. So we've been trying to take care of those little items throughout the week as well, which is why I went over there earlier. But, you know, it's Valentine's Day. We have decided that we're not going to be going out tonight. We're not going to be doing anything major to celebrate just because we both have so much going on. So, and I kind of feel like we really celebrate Valentine's Day like every day to a certain degree, because I just kind of feel like that's just the nature of our relationship. But anyway, this video is really not about that. Although having a supportive partner is probably, I mean, it definitely helps. Really, I just kind of want to tell you what's going on and then give you guys a little bit of insight into my thinking about how I'm reframing everything that I have to do, even in my moments where I'm completely exhausted like I was last night. So tonight I will be actually finishing my character breakdowns for the series that we're working on with my partner. And I am going to be developing a pitch deck for that particular project and a new project that I'm hoping to pitch as well. So on Saturday, when we have class, there could be 2 projects to pitch based on what we know that studios and networks are looking for, which is a lot of the information we get in our class. If you guys want more information on that, I can do that in a separate video as well, because this mentorship program has been probably one of the most life-changing things that I've ever done in terms of really focusing me as a person and who I want to be in this space in my life, and that is a writer. And so it's also leading me down a different career path, I think. Not to say that reality TV, news, and entertainment won't be in my future, but I just know that there will be a greater focus on writing, not only for, you know, for screen and television, but also for, you know, books. I love writing. I love reading. So I'm going to be spending a lot more time doing that. To top all of this off, along with the move happening this weekend, I have a very long extended vacation to Europe coming up in March. So this channel will still definitely be active because I want to take you guys with me on that journey. And I also feel like there will be things that I learn and I also want to convey while I'm traveling as well. So I'm excited about this channel growing during that period of time, because travel always brings new experiences and it helps you just grow and blossom as a person. And I want to be able to share that with you guys. The work that I do on this channel feels so much more meaningful to me personally. I can really see that this is going to be something that I want to do for the long haul. So, you know, and I can just kind of get on here when I want to and do what I'm doing right now and kind of give you guys what's happening in my life, but also tell you how I'm processing it and how I'm managing it and how I'm framing it so that you guys can hopefully take these lessons and then do the same as you go about your life, right? So as I was processing just now everything that I have to do, I thought to myself, there was this thing that I heard once, and a lot of times we think about, oh, I've got to do this, that, and the third. I've got so much to do. Oh my God, my schedule is so packed. Like, I don't even know if I have time to breathe. And then you really think about it and you're like, wait a minute, I get to do this. I get to create content. I'm blessed that I have sponsorships coming in. This is all preparation for the next stage of my life when I have bigger and more sponsorships coming, and I still have to move around and travel, and I still have to develop treatments, pitch decks, and scripts, finish books, you know, finish edits, get them to editors, you know, conceptualize marketing for the book and all those things. This is the life that I want for myself. You know, obviously, I also am big in this year on scheduling time for rest, but I am in a really busy season as of this week and this month in general. So, you know, we're just trucking along and we're making things happen. But I wanted to tell you guys how important it is to reframe your thinking about what it is that you are doing currently, right? So maybe you are going to a job that you don't want to go to, really. I mean, it's probably not what you want to do, right? But isn't the gift that you have a job, that you have a means to provide for your family, that you're able to pay your bills, that usually there's a work comrade that you can commiserate with, and that this job allows you the opportunity to A, pay all your bills, but also live securely enough that you can start to look for other opportunities. My thought is that in whatever it is that you're doing now, it would probably be best to offer gratitude for the ability to do it so that you can be blessed with more, with increase. And what you're doing now is simply preparation for the next thing that you're going to be doing. At the start of this year, and I think I told you guys this, I said to myself, who do you want to be this year? And the answer was that I want to be a writer. I am a writer. I'm a writer. I want to be a creator. I am creating. I had pitched a documentary last year to a production company. We actually pitched 2 shows. One of them we're still kind of waiting to hear on, and then the other one, there was already something in the works that was very, very similar. And what I had done was I created a sizzle reel for it. I did all the work. I planned it out. I paid money. I self-financed it. I found a director to help me put my vision into a visual format that could hopefully sell. And when it didn't, I was a little disappointed, but for me, I'm the type of person that always have irons in the fire. My belief is that I never really get stuck on one thing. I am always working on the next thing because that is just who I've always been, right? And so for me, I kind of just sat on that project. And as I've been in this mentorship program, I began to start looking at outlets and trying to figure out, how do people get their films out there? I wanted to know for myself, not only do I learn in the mentorship program, but for me, I'm also looking up things on my own, because I'm learning here, but I'm going to also do my own due diligence because that's just who I am. As I was doing my research, I found that there is a method by which people get their films distributed. And so it just has to meet specific criteria. I said to myself, I have the footage. I have it packaged in a trailer right now. The director still has the footage. What can I do to turn this into a full-fledged documentary that can be packaged and put out into the world, because it's something that I believe in, right? Again, I say all of this to tell you that I'm somebody who believes in doing things myself. I'm somebody who believes in ownership. I'm somebody who believes in myself enough to see my visions through to fruition. Now, being an introvert, previously, I had not always been the best at promoting that work. But as I step into this new space, I'm a new person. And the new person that I am today, I don't have those problems that I had yesterday, because I'm simply going to move in the way that the artist that I see myself as would move. What would the highest version of yourself be doing if you didn't have the limiting beliefs about yourself that you had today? That is the person that you need to become in your mind first, so that you can start that journey of being your highest self. Because there's really nothing stopping you from being the highest version of yourself but your old limiting beliefs. I say old because, as I always say on this channel, you can't put the toothpaste back in the bottle. The message has been delivered. You're no longer that person. You are the person that you want to see. And the mirror will only reflect that which you give it. So give the mirror the highest version of yourself. If you remember nothing else that I've given you from today, it is that we get to do the things that we do in life. It's a privilege to be able to go to work. It's a privilege to be able to do things and get paid. It's a privilege to be able to move into a new home. It's a privilege to do all of these things. And you are now the highest version of yourself. Simply because you think you are. And it all boils down to what I've told you guys earlier. I think, therefore I am. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so. And I will catch you guys later with more videos just like this.